Did you read the NIST report on World Trade Center 7?
Yes.
And what do you what is your biggest what do you think they got the most wrong on that report?
It's been a while since I read it, and I really can't respond to that question.
Are you lying to me? Did you really read it?
Yes, I did really read it.
So then, what did they get? Name one thing they got wrong.
I can't, because I've read so much stuff about this thing. I can't tell you what I read from one source and what.
Well, can you just name one thing they got wrong? It should be easy for you, because you're a structural engineer.
Yeah, but I don't know what I read where when.
Name one. Can you name one thing they got wrong in the 9/11 Commission report?
Again, no, because
You can't name one thing they got wrong in the 9/11 Commission report. Yet you think it was an inside job.
I'm really having difficulty understanding what this is about. I feel as though I'm on the witness stand here.
I'm just trying to get it because you're so smart. You're a structural engineer, and I want to figure out what they got wrong in the NIST report regarding World Trade Center 7 and the 9/11 Commission report. And you can't tell me one thing they got wrong. I'm thinking you are a disinfo agent.
You can think anything you damn well feel like.
Well, how come you can't give me one thing they got wrong?
Being some kind of
a being the Mechanics Illustrated people and Siam Sunder or whatever his name is.
Yeah, that stupid guy. Yeah.
And by the way, I think somebody said, I think it was, what was the guy's name? I just read something about a physics teacher.
Chandler, David Chandler.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, he said, well, they ought to take his license. Well, I don't think they have a license. I think he got the PhDs.
He probably doesn't have a license. You're probably exactly right.
Well, I looked him up, and he doesn't have a license. If he's supposed to have a license in the state he works in, which is Indiana, then he doesn't have a license. And the other guy, which was named Gross.
So it was two people that did the investigation of the collapse in the World Trade Center 7. It was Sunder and Gross.
Yeah, he didn't get his license by an exam. He got his license by gift.
Things could not have happened without explosives.
And what would those things be?
Well, number one, the angle cuts on
the angle cuts. I talked to another AE 9/11 truther that talked about the angle cuts.
Right.
Yeah. Jesus, go ahead.
Naturally, if you do this action almost instantaneously, you bend it like an upside down U.
Yes.
And if you have, then you will not have any cracks whatsoever on the tension side.
Oh my God.
Elongation side.
I never thought of that. I never really put much thought into that. And when that is pretty, that's earth shattering what you just said. Have you taken this information to your local newspapers?
Well, I have a local newspaper over here run by Zionists.
By Jews, you mean? By Jews?
Well, Zionist Jews, yes.
God, I hate the Jews.
Jews are, I'm not going to say Jews, but Zionist Jews.
I hate
the Zionist Christians.
Oh, God. Bunch of long, curly, sideburn pieces of trash. I hate them.
Well, I'm not going to, get into that because they're really, it's not my, I hate the things that they do in Palestine, but still, I'm trying real hard not to be, seeing the people, the Jews, as my enemy. I want to see.
How much success have you had at waking up your co-employees to 9/11 truth?
Well, all I can tell you is that I'm retired, so I didn't really have any, big discussions in any kind of a workplace. But I did have a few instances where I showed 9/11 related videos in the library.
What kind of videos did you show?
I showed mysteries of 9/11.
9/11 mysteries. That is absolutely fantastic. 100% factual. And what else?
Right. And I showed the loose change.
Loose change is absolutely, it's stunning. What a pizza kid can put together is pretty awesome.
Right. I
Kid that
think
makes
they were
pizzas.
good. So also the
So how do you think it came down?
I absolutely guarantee it came down with pre-planted explosives. And the only problem with Building 7 was that, in my opinion, I have no justification except by putting two and two together. My thought is that the plan was that the Flight 93 was supposed to hit Building 7. It went astray. Building 7 was pre-wired, as were the towers. Since Building 7 was pre-wired, it literally held tons of evidence.
Yeah, don't you think they could have used maybe paper shredders to get rid of that evidence?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Do you think they could have used paper shredders to get rid of that evidence?
Oh, no. By evidence, I mean the explosives themselves.
What did they find explosives did they find the explosive residue when the building collapsed?
Well, according to Professor Jones, yes, they did.
Oh, what explosives did they find?
Thermite.
Well, thermite's not an explosive.
Oh, I guess you're right, technically. Thermite, it got for Mr. Silverstein an insurance check.
How much money did Silverstein make off of 9/11?
Well, he got an insurance check for over $4.8 billion.
So he made $4.8 billion, son of a bitch.
Wait, that's not the end of it.
Oh, my God.
That's what he got. The fact is, those buildings, and you got to ask yourself, why did he want them? He already owned Building 6. He took a 99-year lease in effect, or effective ownership of the rest of the buildings in July, I think it was, of 2001. And they were under a mandate from the city of New York to get rid of the asbestos.
Oh, yes, the asbestos. Oh, the asbestos. I forgot about that. The asbestos. That's true.
Now, why did he want to own something that already carried with it a $1 billion cost?
Yeah. Because he's smart. He knew what he wanted to do. Do you think he was part of the plan to kill all the people in buildings 1 and 2?
I think he was aware of the plans. People who died had gone into the building. Nobody realized they would do that. They went into the building because firemen are convinced that steel high-rises do not collapse.
Yeah, because fire, it doesn't melt steel.
That is correct.
Fire does not melt steel. Jesus.
For people they had expected to kill were not that many. And for some odd reason, the population of the World Trade Center on that Tuesday morning was quite a bit lower than normal.
Where did you get that information from?
That's from information of the people I've talked to who work there.
Oh, they told you though.
Did see that in print as well.
Did they tell the Jews to stay away that day or something?
Somebody said Jews. I don't.
So how do you know that the number of people in the buildings were less that day?
I know an awful lot of people were not there. They weren't all Jews.
Oh, okay.
Who apparently got the word.
But we do know for a fact that the normal attendance at the towers was less that day, mysteriously.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mysteriously.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Well, I gotta run. My kids are calling. No, wait. Hold on a second, guys. I'm talking to a genius here. You are a genius. What do you do for a living?
Very genius.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a semi-retired electronics engineer.
So you're like a structural engineer. You know about building design and stuff.
Manage properties.
Huh?
I manage buildings and properties.
You manage buildings and properties. So that makes you an expert on structural engineering.
No, it doesn't quite do that. But again, I'm an ordinary genius. Therefore, managing properties and buildings is more of an economic thing than structural.